All right, so look at this. We're going to do station 7, okay? We're going to do station 7. Oh, wait, station 6. Did everybody finish station 6 or no? Raise your hand if you didn't. No. Okay, so let me do station 6 first. Okay? Because this is one of the most difficult ones for most of you. So let me make sure I do that one. Write this in your notebook because remember, who is talking? Shh, please, y'all, stop. Okay? All right. This is one of the most important concepts. This is one of the most harder concepts. We're gonna solve for A. So to solve for A here, to get A by itself, we're gonna move B first. This is a positive B, so we're gonna subtract B on both sides. Always get rid of numbers and terms that you can add or subtract to remove. This on this side is gonna give me Z minus B. Bring down the equal. On this side, this is gone, and we are left with M over A. Okay? Notice how A is a denominator. To make life more simplistic for yourself, write it as a proportion and cross multiply. So stick a 1 under this to make this side a fraction. Now we have a proportion. To solve a proportion, you use cross multiplication. So that means that we're going to cross multiply. Multiply diagonally. When we multiply diagonally, that's A times this expression. So you have A times the Z minus B. Bring down the equal. Shh. We have 1 times M, which is M. We're isolating A. So to get A by itself, this expression is attached by multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So you're going to divide both sides by Z minus B. Z minus B divided by Z minus B is 1, and you're left with A. On this side, you have M divided by Z minus B. This is your answer. Okay, I'm going to pause for the calls. All right, let's look at the second one. We're solving for X. To get X by itself, we got to get rid of the minus C and the plus Y. Doesn't matter which one you get rid of first. I'm going to add C to both sides. Just go in order. This gives me G plus C is equal to, now what's left is X plus Y. To get X by itself, now I'm going to subtract the Y. So now what I have is G plus C minus Y is equal to X. Please keep in mind when you're looking for the correct answer, they may not have it in this exact order. They may have the negative Y first, then plus G plus C. Please make sure that you look at the sign to make sure that the right sign is in front of the right letter, because they'll mix it up and trick you. They might put a negative in front of the C. Well, that's wrong because it's supposed to be a plus C. Okay? All right, let's look at 17. Getting A by itself. So in order to get A by itself, you have to, let's move B. What's wrong, baby? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. What did you say? I didn't hear him. Oh, you don't know. We couldn't hear you up here over here, babe. We got G. We got G minus B is equal to a negative CA. Okay. All right. This is one that's kind of tricky. Okay. You can divide or multiply everything by the negative. That's going to change all the signs. But if you divide, most of us will do this and divide both sides by the negative C at the same time. When you multiply by a negative, that's going to change all the signs here. So that is going to make that a negative G. A negative times a negative is going to make this a positive B. And of course, this is going to be a positive C. What's left on this side is just the A. It's very tricky on that. If it helps you to just do C first and then do the negative, or do the negative by itself and then do the C, You can do it like that. But that negative is kind of tricky. When you divide both sides by a negative, that's going to change the signs of everything. A negative divided by a positive is going to make this G a negative. A negative divided by a negative is going to make this B a positive. Yes, baby. I did do it to the other side. Negative C. I did. Because AC is one term. It was negative before, and I got rid of the negative by dividing it by negative. It's not two separate terms. It's together. Okay. That's a good question. All right. So to get A by itself here, we're going to get rid of the B first by adding B to both sides. This gives me G plus B. Okay. This is gone, and I'm left with CA. Okay. So now what do I do to get A by itself? Yes. Excellent, babe. Divide by C. So this is going to give me G plus B divided by C is equal to what? A. Okay. Good. Anybody need me to pause? All right. Let's look at 19. Solve for X. Okay, so that means I need to get the X's to the same side. So I'm going to move the 2X by subtracting 2X on both sides. This is gone, and I'm left with 4 is equal to, this is XG minus 2X. Look at that. What do they have in common? These terms over here. Very good. Yes, you do. So we're going to do the reverse of distributive property. We're going to take out and bring this down. Take out the X. What would be in the parentheses? Working backwards. G minus 2. You see this? When I multiply X times G, that gives me XG. When I multiply X times the negative 2, that gives me negative 2X. So I'm just working in reverse to figure out what X is. The operation that's between X and the parentheses is multiplication. What's the opposite of multiplication? So we're going to divide both sides by this G minus 2. We got G minus 2. What's 4? Sorry. This is 4. It's equal to X. Okay? Anybody need me to pause? Okay. I'll pause for the calls. Pause for the calls. Okay, so let's look at this one here. Okay? So we're going to make this easy and write this again as a proportion. It's G over 1 is equal to 1 plus 2A divided by A. Okay? All right, we're going to cross multiply. G times A is AG. We're going to go in alphabetical order. A comes before G. 1 times this expression is just going to give me this expression. Any questions about that part? Now, in order to solve for A, you got to get the A's to the same side. So I'm going to move the 2A to this side. When I move 2A over here, this gives me AG minus 2A is equal to 1. Okay? Look at this. What step am I going to do here? What am I going to do? Very good. Distributive property. I'm going to go backwards. So what would the distributive property, the previous step, look like? A times G minus 2. Okay, so now how do I get A by itself? Divide. This is multiplication between the A and the parentheses. So I'm going to use division to get rid of the G minus 2. G minus 2 divided by G minus 2 is 1. And I'm left with A is equal to 1 over G minus 2. This is my answer. Okay. Any questions? All right, I see some people writing, so I'm going to pause for the calls. Okay, everybody has their own sheet because you're just going to take this sheet and paste it in your notebook, okay? Is there anybody that's missing this sheet? Station 7, baby. Do you have station 7? I'll pause. All right, here we're going to write. We're not going to cut this out. We're just going to write on top of the graph if it's a function or not a function. All right, so let's look at these ordered pairs. These are the ordered pairs here. If it's a function, that means the ordered pairs, all of the x values are different. Is this a function? Excuse me. Yes or no? Yes, it is a function. This is a function. None of these x values repeat. All of these x coordinates are different. This is a function. The x values there do not repeat. The second one, this line. Think about all the points that are on this line. Okay? Is this a function, yes or no? No. This is not a function. All these x values are the same. It fails the vertical line test. It is a vertical line. Okay? All the points touch the pencil. All right? Next, third one. Function or not a function? Not a function. Very good. It fails the vertical line test. It touches the pencil in more than one place at the same time. Not a function. All right, let's list the ordered pairs here. What's the first ordered pair?
0, 2.
Second?
0, 3.
Third?
5,
5 and 4. And last? 10 and 4. All right, is this a function, yes or no? No, why? Because the zeros repeat. These x values repeat. This is not a function. Do you understand that, babe? That the x values, okay. All right, let's look at this one. These are the points here. Function or not a function?
Function.
This is a function. None of the x values are the same. They're all different. That's a function. Let's list the ordered pairs. What's the first ordered pair? 1, 6. The second? 3, 6. The third?
5, 6.
Function or not a function?
Function.
This is definitely a function. The x values are all different. Doesn't matter that the y's repeat. The x's can't repeat. In the table, function or not a function?
Function.
This is a function. All of the x values are different. This one, function or not a function?
Function.
This is a function. All of these x values are different. It passes the vertical line test. All these x values on the line are different. This one, function or not a function?
Function.
This one is a function. The x values are all different. Let's look at these. Only look at the x's. Is this a function or not a function?
Function.
Yes, all the x values are different. This is a function. I'm going to make these darker so we can see it. Function or not a function?
Not function.
Not a function. Why?
Because these two dots that are lined up with each other.
Because these two dots right here have the same x value. So this is not a function. It fails the vertical line test when you get there. What about this one?
Not function.
This is not a function. Okay, it fails that vertical line test. These x values are the same. Any questions about function, not a function? All right, so now let's look closer with range and domain. First, is this a function, yes or no?
No.
Why? Because the 2 repeats. So this is not a function. I'm just going to put not. Okay, let's list the domain. The domain values are your x values. What are your x values here? 2, negative 1, 5, 3, and 2. Okay, I don't have to put 2 twice. Range. Range are your y values. Let's list them. What are your y values here? Negative 3, 0, 5, 2, and 1. All you're doing is listing your domain and range. You wrote it in your notebook? B, make it darker so you can see it. Is this a function, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, this is a function. This is a yes. We're going to list our range and our domain and range, sorry. Domain is all of our x values. What are our x values here? The first x value is what? Over here, what's this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's negative 4. Then what's the next one? Negative 1. The next one? 1. The next one? 1, 2, yes, 3. Now we're going to list all of our range values. Okay. All right. The lowest range value is what? Negative what? 2. See? Negative 2. All right. What's the next one? Negative 1. This one's negative 1. And what's the next one?
0.
This one's 0. And then what's this one? 2. Is C a function or not a function?
Not a function.
This is not a function. This is a no. All right, so let's do our domain. They're not points, so we have to do an inequality. That's the width. What's the smallest x value? Smallest x. That's on the left, right? All the way to the left. What's negative 3 is the smallest. The largest, the arrows go on forever, so does it ever end?
No.
So infinity sign. Put x in the middle. Less than equal to. Do we ever reach infinity? No, so please don't use an equal sign for infinity. Okay, just use the less than sign because you never reach infinity. Let's do the range. That's how wide it is. These arrows go on forever and ever, so it's going to keep getting wider and wider and wider, and it's never going to stop. So I'm going to write it over here. It's from negative infinity to positive infinity. That's for the range. Less than, less than. Why did I say don't use equal? Very good. Very good, babe. This is for the range. Is D function or not a function?
Not a function.
This one is not a function. This is a no. It's not a function. Let's do the domain. What's the smallest x value? What's the smallest x value? What's the smallest x value? 0, somebody said. Good. It's right here. This is the smallest x. 0. What's the largest x?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. So x less than equal to, less than equal to. What about the range?
2.
The lowest,
Negative 2.
-2. Yeah, that's the lowest. What's the highest?
2.
2. Y is in the middle. Less than equal to, less than equal to. Got it? Make sure that you put this sheet in your notebook. Somebody's still copying, I can pause. Jamie, you got it? Come on, baby.
145.
Yes, it's 1:45. So sorry, y'all. I wanted to make sure for certain before I moved on to the next unit that I covered every single thing. Because all of this stuff you are going to see on your quarter test, you need to make sure that you go back and look at this stuff. Our quarter test is in November. Yes. Or it might be December. I don't know. You glue that in your notebook. No, it's the same page.
Yes, but go on with that.
Yes, please. Yeah. 28 is the last page for this quarter.
Yes, these will go with 28.
It will go with 28. Thank you for asking. All right, here we go. Back wall. Yes, sir. Hello. All right. Here, what is the answer here? What did they give us? Sorry, not answer. What did they give us? X here is equal to a -3. Okay. What are they asking you for? They're asking you for h of x or y. So how do we figure out what h of -3 is? What are we going to do? Starts with an S. Substitute. All right, so you're going to substitute the x value into the equation to find the answer. So we got h of -3 is equal to, we're going to put -3 in the place of x. So now we're going to use order of operations. Order of operations tells us to do what first? And look, I'm substituting this if you don't know. Okay. We don't have any operations within parentheses, so what's the next? Exponents. Good, Adam. What is -3 to the second power? That's -3 times -3. It's 9. Okay. And then we can multiply this together. What does this give us? +9, +9, +5. What's 9 plus 9?
18.
18 plus 5. This is our answer. So y is equal to, you could say y is equal to 23. Or what's another way to say that? H of -3 is equal to what? 23. Or -3 comma 23. Okay, do you see multiple ways that you can write the answer? Yes, baby. A negative times a negative is a positive. It's squared, so you have to say -3 times -3. Yes, baby. No. Yes. All right. No, it's gonna be time to go. He barely has any time. We're not supposed to let people go 10 minutes prior to. If he doesn't hurry and exit the door, he ain't going. Because it's 10 minutes. You got to go. Okay? Like literally. All right. So we got x is equal to 5. All right. So in order to solve for h of 5, okay? In order to solve h of 5, then you substitute. So we have h of 5 is equal to, I'm plugging in the 5, y'all. 5 squared minus 3 times 5, plugging in the 5, plus 5. We're doing order of operations again. What goes first? 5 to the second power is what? 25. Let's multiply this. What does this give us? -15 plus 5. Now, what does this give us?
10.
10 plus 5. 15. So answer is 15. So different ways to write it. You can say y is equal to 15 or h of 5 is equal to 15 or 5, comma 15. You okay? All right, let's look at this. What are they asking us for here? It's saying f of x. They don't give us x this time. They want you to find x. How do you find x here? You substitute fx. What are you replacing f of x with? 15. So replace f of x with 15. Now we're going to solve for x. How now do we solve for x? You add 3 on both sides. What's 15 plus 3? 18. Up like this?
Yeah.
Down. Okay. Now what do we do?
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2. And so what's 18 divide 9? What's another way to write this? F of 9 equals 15. Very good. What's another way? 9, comma 15. Who's that? No. Wait, they got a key. They got a key. Make them use their key. All right, next one. G of x is equal to 11. So we're going to replace G of x with 11. All right, how do you solve for x? You subtract 2 on both sides. What is 11 minus 2?
9.
Now what do? Divide by 3 on both sides. What's 9 divided by 3? So what's another way to write this one? Oh yeah, G of x, or G of what? G of 3 equals what? 11. All right. Now what's another way to write it? 3, comma 11. Shh, why y'all laughing? Shh, why you say administrator? Let them use their keys. Shh, don't do that. Shh.